morning, millennials. Welcome back to the Morning Toast. Happy Hump Day. Hope everyone's having an amazing hump day, humping someone that they love and adore in a consensual manner.
We are getting over the hump, you guys. It's really exciting. This week is just chugging along quite slowly.
Yeah, it's been tough, you know?
Yeah, it has been. But after this, we will be over the hump, and then we'll just be talking about sliding into AFL.
And we are officially, like, in the holiday season. Like, I know we have been in the holiday season since November 1st, but, like, now in New York, you can't walk into any building. They have, like, trees and the sad little menorah. It's nice.
No, it is nice. It's cranked up all the way, and it's an exciting time. I really do always love this time of year, like, work-wise, New York-wise. It's
a peaceful time.
The most wonderful time of the year.
As Melania Giudice once said, it's the season of joy. Was that Gia or Melania? I actually think it was Gia.
I think it was
two best
Gia.
friends.
No, Melania does it. Like,
hey, Stephanie.
And Melania likes to dance and rap, and Gia does girl band.
3KT, that's what they were called, right?
Yeah.
Before we start today's show, I do have a present for you.
For me?
I did bring. Well, it's not from me. It's from Aunt Sue.
Oh, okay.
So this is the gift that I transported back. I believe this was in Detroit.
Aunt Sue.
I wouldn't read the letter out loud.
I won't. I would never violate Aunt Sue's trust like that. Oh my gosh.
What does it say?
It says born to read.
Oh, that is so cute.
I can't sue.
And by the way, I do believe, I didn't read the letter because that's like such an invasion of privacy, but I do believe inside the letter is a long list of book recommendations if you wanted to just read aloud Aunt Sue's Rex.
I'll share them at a later date, but I want to read the letter first. Maybe there's some context in there.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Aunt Sue. You know I'm an anti-file, and I'm just so glad that this made its way to me. Where's Aunt Sue from?
I believe Detroit, but I can't remember. It's all a blur.
That's so exciting.
Definitely Detroit, yeah.
Thank you for bringing that in for me. And I have a present for you, which is that I'm wearing some N-Log merch.
Yes.
So cute. This is my favorite piece from the collection.
Me too.
Just her nice spotch. Right there on my belly.
What size are you wearing?
I'm wearing an XL because that's what you gave me.
XL. I didn't give it to you. Like, I didn't size you at an XL.
No,
it was just the one laying around.
Had, and that's what I wanted. But I mean, it is
the one that you got.
It is really long on me. I wouldn't say XL is my size.
No.
But, these days I'll just wear anything that fits over my body.
If it fits, it chips.
Yeah, so I would have probably gotten, depends how you're wearing it.
Right,
but
you're wearing it as a dress today.
I think it's really true to size, so don't...
It is totally true to size.
Yeah.
I wear it in an XL, which is what I wear all the merch in. It's at shopmorningtoast.com. If you click on the menu, there's a little thing that says Not Like Other Girls, which has the koozies, beanies, t-shirts, crew necks. I wore the crew neck earlier in the week. Jackie's wearing the t-shirt. Thank you for the N-Log Tour merch support.
No problem. It's so cute. I was so excited to wear it.
Thanks. Well, we have a great show for you guys because it's Wednesday, and that means nothing, but it means our spirits are high.
Did you watch Vanderpump Rules?
Yes, I forgot. Wow, what a boring fucking episode.
Yeah.
I did watch.
We'll recap.
There were so many fast-forward worthy scenes, though.
No, there were so many moments where I felt personally offended that this is what they chose to show me.
To subject us to.
Yeah. It was really bad.
Okay, so yes, I forgot. We'll definitely talk about that. Mm-hmm. We'll cover the Fast Five. And...
anything else you want to recap? I finished my book, The Rose Code. It was amazing, and I know everyone was recommending it up, down, left, and right for a reason. And I don't know why I didn't read it sooner. It's like always on every list. It's so weird how I just will skip some books sometimes. I guess we're just judging books based on their covers. So
which is so hard not to.
I know. I loved it so much. 5 stars. People are asking me how it compares to the Alice Network, which is by the same author. I've not read the Alice Network either. I guess I've just been boycotting this author. So I'm going to read the Alice Network, but I do need a break. I've read a few serious books in a row, and I need just something light. And I need an amuse-bouche, and then I'll get back on my grind. But I can only read so many, war books in a row.
It's so important to amuse your bush constantly.
Yeah. So I've been looking for an amuse-boucher. Oh. And I don't know what it's going to be.
Speaking of bushes, I posted a clip yesterday on our Instagram of just a funny moment of us talking about periods coming out of your throat in space. And we went a little viral on TikTok. I posted the clip on TikTok. We got 200,000 views. And for me, my sad TikTok account, follow me at Girl With No Job. That was big for me, yeah.
Oh my God, that's so exciting. You should post more clips.
I try to. I don't want to be annoying.
I don't think
and I want to only post the premium stuff.
Who's it annoying to? Because either goes viral because people are enjoying it, or goes nowhere because it was annoying people.
Yeah, I just I don't know, I'm very selective about my talks.
Are you?
Yeah.
I haven't seen your page in a while. I don't know how often you're talking because you don't really share everything that you talk.
On Instagram, no.
Instagram.
But I just did want to read, if I may, my last couple videos views. Me and you, 160,000.
That was, yes, space and period.
Yes. I made one about the movie Something Borrowed, 222,000. I made a Taylor's version, All Too Well video in my dressing room, 100,000. I did a dance in my dressing room, 120,000. I made one with Counselor at Thanksgiving, 175,000. I don't know, I'm like kind of a TikToker.
Well, if I could spot a pattern here, if I may, it sounds like all those ones that are doing well for you were just like your ideas of things that you were doing, not necessarily like trends.
No, it's the exact opposite. They're all trends.
Really? Let me see them again.
Like every single one that I just mentioned is a trend.
Really?
Yeah.
Go back. Explain what the trend is.
Sure. Okay. So not the TikTok one, the one that I posted yesterday.
Of course.
Okay. So the one about Something Borrowed, it's a trend. You sing to the song, I could watch you for a lifetime.
Oh my God. Okay.
You're my favorite movie. The All Too Well version, like people were doing, you were tossing me the car keys. Like I copied the trend.
Okay.
Dancing in my dressing room was a trend dance to an Ollie Murs song.
Okay.
And
I love that song. I'm so
yeah,
glad.
when
Some of these
I saw you there, sitting all alone in the dark, acting like you didn't have a care. I knew right there that you'd be mine, and we'd be dancing the whole damn night.
Like, ooh.
So good.
So good. Ollie Murs is so fucking underrated, and that song has been out forever, and it's so funny what just like gets play
what
on
gets
TikTok.
picked up.
And I'm so happy that this song is getting justice.
And then that one of Mean Stitch was like a Thanksgiving trend. Like
Right.
I'm following the trends. Like I'm a trend setter. Well,
Okay,
no, I'm
so
a trend
it
follower.
sounds like your talk is like the same of what you've been doing. It's just been doing really well.
Yeah, and I'm just really proud of myself.
I'm so happy for you.
Follow me on TikTok, Girl with No Job.
Cool.
So yes, Vanderpump Rules we will recap, and I really did a whole bunch of nothing yesterday.
Yeah, I had a very chill day with Bruzel. We read all day. I had to like plow through the book because it was so good, and I was just like getting answers, and it was actually a really enjoyable day of reading.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was really nice.
And our episode was so funny. I was just like giggling all day about like the shit we said on the toast yesterday.
Such good times.
Just a little unhinged. It's always good to add a dash of unhinged to your Tuesday episode.
You never know when it's going to come.
And the girl with the tip jar. That's what really was making me giggle all day.
Oh my God.
That was crazy.
I hope that someone censor that episode.
Me too. Dear Toasters is wild.
Mm-hmm.
You
want to jump right in?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Without further ado, it is time for the fast 5 stories that you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast.
Without further ado, it is time for you to wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast. Okay, today's episode is brought to you by Jackie's absolute favorite brand, Babbel. Learning a new language can feel intimidating. When we first decided to jump into Babbel, it's like a huge undertaking and you feel like very nervous because it's like you're back in school. You can be worried about the level of difficulty, the time commitment, and having to hear how your accent sounds out loud. But thanks to Babbel, the #1 selling language learning app, the whole process was addictively fun, fast, and easy. Whether you want to learn a new language for an upcoming trip or as an engaging new hobby, Babbel teaches bite-sized language lessons for real-world use. So they have 15-minute lessons on Babbel that make it easy and the perfect way to learn a new language on the go. Other language learning apps use AI for their lesson plans, but Babbel lessons were created by over 100 language experts. Their teaching method has been scientifically proven to be effective. You can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. So obviously, if you're planning a trip, like I did a couple Babbels before I went to Rome. If you don't speak Spanish, that's definitely something you should think about doing, and Babbel's a great way to learn. There's just like a million different reasons why you might want to pick up a language, a hobby, feel challenged, expand your mind. Of course, if you're taking a trip, you meet someone who's Italian, you fall in love, you need to learn Italian. Start your new language learning journey today with Babbel. Right now, when you purchase a 3-month Babbel subscription, you'll get an additional 3 months for free. So that's 6 months for the price of just 3. Just go to babbel.com and use the promo code TMT, as in the morning toast. TMT is the code. That's BABBEL.com, code TMT. Babbel, language for life.
Great. Our first story, 2021's top style star, according to Google searches, is here. And you will never guess. I could give you 1 million guesses.
Wait, what?
And you would never guess who
It's
it
not
was.
Kim?
It's not Kim.
Okay, wait.
It's
Say,
not
what's the
Kylie.
title again?
According to Google's year in search report for 2021, this person is the person whose get-ups people could not stop Googling.
Huh. Man or woman?
Man.
Huh. Kanye? No.
No.
Like I need to think outside my.
Yeah, you're not gonna guess it, and it's quite.
What is it?
It's quite shocking. It's Adam Sandler.
What?
With all of his like.
Yeah, of course, like gym shorts,
fucking outfits. Yeah, well, he came out on top in the celebrity outfits category this year, ahead of some of the more expected names.
How many people searched for his outfits?
I'm not sure, but I mean, must have been millions.
Wait, I'm like so underwhelmed by the answer.
I know.
They're going to say like Virgil, like.
Of course, that's why I said you will never guess. It's funny that we spend more time looking up, unless Adam Sandler, maybe he really is the inspo for 2021 fashion. That would explain a lot.
It would, but people are like so head over heels obsessed with Adam Sandler. Like his core fan base like would literally take a bullet for him. Like they're insane. So this doesn't like surprise me, and it's like funny, but it's like I can imagine him making the list of top 10 like as a joke, but not being number one. Like
no, but he is number one. I think that really sums up the year, you guys.
100%.
At first, I was like, "Oh, are we spending more time like looking at things like to make fun of versus looking at inspo?" But perhaps perspective shift. This is the inspo.
Yeah, no, he's like a chaotic mess with like ketchup on his shirt, and I definitely feel as though I've been inspired by him in some sort of way, fashion wise.
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of iconic now that I'm really looking at him.
Like some of his looks.
Look at these Uggs. I never really thought about his fashion. I just think about that meme that like Billie Eilish dresses like Adam Sandler.
Totally. Well, not really anymore, but.
Yeah. When she was
in her heyday. Yeah. Oh, that is so funny. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm happy for Adam Sandler. I feel like he actually lives such a fabulous life. Like he's so rich. He makes maybe a movie a year now. He just like hangs out with his family and is still like so famous and iconic. When I was at NYU, he lives around there and he like goes to the NYU gym. I don't know how he gets in. You need a student ID to get in. And he like waits for people on the basketball court who like want to play basketball and like plays with the kids.
That's why he's always in basketball shorts.
Yes.
He's ready for a game at any time.
He's always going to Cole's gym, like always.
That is really sweet.
It was sweet, but like I always wondered like how did you get in the gym? It's like high security at NYU.
Maybe he's a professor.
Maybe he's got like some sort of honorary degree.
Yeah, or maybe he's like a teacher's assistant, something.
But it was very exciting for the kids.
Happy for the kids.
Yeah. I think I went to the gym like once just to see if he was there, and then he wasn't, and I never went back.
Damn. Well, are you ready for our next story?
Sure.
Some surprising news. Dorit Kemsley's husband, PK Kemsley, was arrested for a DUI.
What?
Listen to the story. PK was arrested for a DUI in November after having a glass of wine at dinner and driving on the 101 in Los Angeles. The husband of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Dorit Kemsley was pulled over just off Laurel Canyon on November 23rd and blew a .081 during a breathalyzer test. The
.081. The legal is .08.
Yes, and then he was arrested and brought to the police station in Van Nuys where he took another breathalyzer test and blew a .073. So he was just like right on the cusp. I guess that equates to a glass of wine. Otherwise, I would say, how would you know what he drank?
Really? Is .08 one glass of wine?
Well, it depends on the person. It depends on the timing of the drink.
It depends like how much they weigh, how tall they are.
We all took these classes in high school. That really?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Or maybe it's in college where they explain how like alcohol affects your blood alcohol levels.
I must have been drunk. Okay, let me tell you this. I think this a lot when I watch Housewives because they all like drive to each other's homes and shit. And I'm like, why are none of you taking Ubers? Like, I'm so crazy. Like if someone like has a sip of beer, I'm like, oh, guess I'm Ubering. Like I'm very dramatic that way.
Well, it's easy for you to say in New York City.
Yes, of course. But like, I'm sorry, there's just no excuse. Like even if you're having one glass of wine, people like say like you can have a beer and drink. Like I'm so nuts. I'm like, no, you can't actually. Like I would never get in a car with someone who had a beer.
But you can because
I wouldn't.
The limit is .08 for a reason.
No, I get it, but I still wouldn't.
Got it. Well, he was.
Or like people who smoke pot and drive. I would never do that.
No, and that's.
It's like not illegal.
Right, because how do you test for that on the spot?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Anyways, then PK was taken home where he was met by more police officers who are there guarding his home.
Oh God.
Yeah, and that's the story.
It reminds me of the book that you made me read, When Life Gives You Lululemons. She gets pulled over for a DUI, and it's like this whole conspiracy. Not that I think it's a conspiracy, but it's like very unclear on like whether he was drunk or not.
Yeah, no, like he was right on the line. I don't know how that moves forward. And it's also like when they did take him in for additional testing, he was below.
Yeah, but also, like, isn't it, like, the longer you wait, like, your blood alcohol will go down?
Right. So if only he had stayed at the restaurant for a minute. But apparently he really was they said he was at dinner with a colleague and he had 1 glass of wine, which, like, should be okay to drive.
Yeah.
But
oh my, that sucks. You think it's going to be a storyline?
I don't know. When I first read the headline, like, I was like, oh my God, I thought it happened last night. I was like, oh my gosh. But I don't know if it'll be a storyline.
When Bella Hadid at 14 got a DUI, that was a storyline because that was fucking crazy.
Yeah, but also to be like 0.1 above the limit is really different than some of the other DUIs.
Of course.
And I'm sorry.
No, Bella Hadid like ran a red light. She was like running around with like alcohol in her car.
He was 0.001 over the limit.
Right.
So that's a different story.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll come up. Plus, Dorit has so much going on. I don't know if the ladies are going to bring it up.
I like really am trying hard. Like, I judge people so hard.
I know you do.
Like, I never ever honestly will support Sam Hunt ever again. Like, after what he did, like, I just feel like drunk driving is just so stupid. Like, take an Uber. It's so easy. Take a cab. Like, back in the day when we didn't have Uber, I could understand. Maybe you just got to get home. But now it's like there's literally no excuse. So I do judge. But, like, honestly, I think pretty much every celebrity on the planet has a DUI. So, like, if that were the case, I'd be boycotting all of Hollywood. Which, you know what? I'm about to start doing. I'm sick of them and their nonsense.
Okay. That's your prerogative.
Yeah. I think the Sam Hunt thing bothered me so much because he, like, put up an apology and, like, deleted it and, like, never really took responsibility for his actions when he drove the wrong way on a road. Like,
yeah.
It's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Is he still married?
Yeah.
He's so, like, weird and low-key.
He is so low-key.
And, like, he was the biggest, like, country star of, like, the year and then, like, disappeared.
Yeah, and it was kind of on his own terms, too.
Yeah. And then he, like, started to come back and got the DUI.
Yeah, but then he put out an album last year that was Flames.
Yeah. But he didn't, like,
promoting. Yeah. He's extremely low-key. Maybe he's really just in it for the music.
Well, that I would respect.
For the love of music.
That I would respect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's a weird trajectory.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you ready for our next story?
Yes.
Rebel Wilson got pushback from her team when she started losing weight, she says. Rebel Wilson says she didn't have the full support of those around her when she began her health journey. During a recent interview with BBC News, the actress opened up about some of the negative responses she received when beginning her year of health, mainly due to her career as the funny fat girl on screen.
Right.
She said, I got a lot of pushback from my own team, actually. Here in Hollywood, when I said, okay, I'm going to do this year of health, I feel like I'm really going to physically transform and change my life. And they were like, why? Why would you want to do that? Because I was earning millions of dollars being the funny fat girl and being that person. Last year, the Pitch Perfect actress lost nearly 80 pounds. She said that she was a confident woman and loved herself before losing the weight, but she knew deep down inside that her emotional eating habits weren't healthy.
I don't know. I really have a lot of thoughts. I don't want to be controversial, so I think I'll just shut up.
What are your thoughts? Are they...
they're very conflicting. I'm fully, I'm just going to say how I feel and just know, you can poke holes in my theory. I'm not saying this is foolproof. It's just how I feel.
Okay.
I just, can't help but roll my eyes. Okay, let me tell you why.
I understand what you're...
I just roll my eyes at this, oh, you're skinny now. It's so hard for you. Shut up, first of all. And second of all, yes, and I talked about this, with Adele. It is nobody's business to comment on whether or not you think she should have lost the weight. No, it's her fucking business. It's her body. I'm never going to comment on whether I wish she had stayed fat. I wish she had lost my weight. I would never do that. But there's just so little fat people in Hollywood, and then when they get really famous, they get skinny and betray us, and it's rude. Stay with us, stay fat with us.
Oh, that's so interesting. My POV was going to be a little different, which is I feel like she has such small-minded and uncreative people around her. If they really think that she's funny because she's fat, and actually I feel like in some of the stuff that they would put her in, it was really just throwing her at something and saying go be fat.
I completely agree.
And there wasn't any other
creativity,
comedic elements, and I actually think that if these people are really the people who are around her, she needs a new team that can think outside the box, because Rebel Wilson is a comedian
100%.
who happened to have been fat, but they were only leaning into that.
Okay, that is such a good point. But also, yes, I definitely blame her team, but I think it's also just a byproduct of the industry. You have a come-ups like Melissa McCarthy. It's a very similar, you just fall into this trope, but it's the only roles you get. You're not getting the leading role in a romantic comedy. You're always the fat funny friend. Mm-hmm. So it's yes, the team around you is moronic, but I think it's also just the industry. When you come up, that's who you are.
Do you think that it's changing at all?
No.
you don't think that there are shows or movies where the lead
Is that? No.
Yeah. What about like Shrill?
Okay, fine. There's one show, Shrill, and it was atrocious.
And I'm also just like trying to think of other shows.
No, I know, yes.
I do think like things are changing a little bit, but maybe not at the speed that like
fine. Yes, okay, Shrill, but like Shrill, like honestly, like I'm not going to say what I really thought about Shrill, okay? Because I'll get canceled.
The first season.
I thought it was fine, but like her apartment was gross. And there is this like stigma that like fat people are disgusting. Like fat people can't take care of themselves. They don't have jobs. And I also felt like Shrill was kind of contributing to that. Like her apartment was disgusting. She like never cleaned up after herself. That's like a bad stereotype about people who are fat. So it's like she's just continuing those stereotypes. And honestly, I found it offensive. Like my apartment is very clean. I'm a very, very clean person. I took a shower yesterday. I have a full-fledged career. She was like the worst at her job. Like, she was just falling into every fat stereotype. I don't really feel like Shrill did anything for the fat movement. Sorry.
Okay.
Let me see like a really clean, organized, powerful, successful. Yeah, please.
Drop Dead Diva.
The best show on television. But you know what the best part was? She was skinny on the inside. That's why she had all this confidence, because in her former life, she was thin. Okay. But yes, thank you. We need to bring back Drop Dead Diva. Literally Justice for Jane. I fucking loved that show.
I really didn't like it.
I know. It changed my life. Like, actually, I can't believe you didn't like it. I loved it.
Maybe I just didn't get far enough in.
Yeah, no, it was so good. Ben loved it too.
I really didn't like it.
So, yes, like, I'm so happy for Rebel Wilson. Again, I will never comment. Like, if someone wants to lose weight, they want to get fat, live your life. Like, that is so on you. I'm never going to, like, comment on it. But, like, this whole, like, oh, how sad, like I'm skinny now and like people like didn't agree with it. Like, sorry.
Yeah, also get new team members around you if they really can't think outside the
outside the box.
This one trope.
I agree, because you know what, like at her peak career-wise, like after Pitch Perfect, she was just being put in these moronic roles. Like,
and just being like thrown across the room to do something like silly and stupid.
Like even though it's a really good movie, like How to Be Single.
Okay, that is a good movie, and she was great in it. But I'm thinking of like the Anne Hathaway movie,
The Heist or whatever. Like
that was such a stupid movie, and like she was just like there to be stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
yeah, it's a byproduct of having non-creative people around you, and the industry.
Yep.
Mostly the industry, but yes.
Great. I'm glad we got to the bottom of that.
Me too. And I'm glad I was able to express my feelings. And I know, like, there's lots of people who are, like, very, into, like, diet culture. Like, I'm just, like, please leave me out of it. Like, those are my opinions. And if you don't like it, like, you just skip right to the next part of the episode where we talk about today's next story, which is brought to you by Purevoc. Jackie, aren't you tired of putting on a ton of makeup in the morning? It takes so much time, and it's not comfortable on your skin.
Yes.
I am so tired of it. Well, you've got to check out Purevoc, a revolutionary hybrid of skincare and makeup that creates a natural dewy look to your skin and helps blur imperfections. That's why they named it Cover Up backwards, Purevoc. It's literally the reverse of covering up. It's one of the hottest beauty launches of 2021. It's already been covered by a ton of press. It's different than any other skincare product I've used. And of course, I've used many skincare products in my life, because you notice a difference after the first application. It lasts all day. So I think I've started like 2 months ago using it. You're definitely seeing a difference in the everyday look and feel of your skin. And the best part is that you're able to leave your house without any makeup and still feel confident in the skin that you're in. So that's like the problem when you're having problematic skin and then you have to pile on makeup to go to work. It makes it so much worse. So Purevoc is like kind of a genius concept. It's makeup and skincare in one. You're healing your skin, you're taking care of your skin, you're letting your skin breathe, but you're also covering up imperfections, adding a little life to your skin, and it's just like a genius product. You can reverse the cover up too with Purevoc. Right now, if you go to wonderskin.com and use the promo code TOAST, you'll receive 20% off Purevoc or any of the amazing products on the Wonderskin site, plus free shipping with purchases of over $50. So that's 20% off at wonderskin.com and use the promo code TOAST for 20% off at wonderskin.com.
Great. Our next story, Drake withdraws his 2022 Grammy nominations. Drake has withdrawn his 2 2022 Grammy nominations. A rep for the Recording Academy has confirmed to Variety. Reps for Drake did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Sources tell Variety that the decision was made by Drake and his management, and the Grammys honored the request, although his motivation was unclear at the time of this article's publication, though there is speculation that it is because he is named in the Astro World lawsuits that he took himself out of the running.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, that's what the article says.
Oh, my perception before I had heard that was like, I think a lot of artists are like really fed up with like being so beholden to the Grammys. And in a way, if Drake like takes himself out of it and like other big artists do that, they're like taking away the legitimacy of the Grammys, because a lot of them have been super outspoken about how it's completely rigged.
Right.
But the Astroworld thing makes a lot of sense too.
But it does and it doesn't, because it's like,
I just don't think he wants to be receiving accolades, you know, while people are grieving.
Yeah, but I don't think that he would then, if it really is wrong place, wrong time, then he just wouldn't win. But,
or wouldn't go.
Yeah, but why have to like go through this process of like taking your name out of the nominations? Honestly, your theory sounds more legit. I think so too.
And I think, you know, The Weeknd has been really open about the Kanye too, like about how it's just like so stupid, but it's so well respected in the industry that it's like annoying because it's so rigged, but it's also like the thing you want the most. So if people at the top of their game like kind of step aside, it's like, oh well, Drake doesn't care about the Grammys, like I won't either.
Yeah, but it's confusing because one, it's like the nominations came out a while ago, so if you were upset to be nominated, like wouldn't you have taken yourself out then? Two, don't you nominate yourself to be nominated? Like don't you you put forth what you want to like be in the running,
represent. So
that's a little unclear.
Yeah, and that's true.
Also, rather than giving the nomination to the next person in line who had like the 6th most votes, they're just doing 4 in those categories.
Sucks.
Yeah.
For like whoever was 6th in line.
Yeah, it's a really weird, like a random move. I hope we get a little more clarity if it's one of these reasons or maybe a completely different one.
Yeah, I'm unclear, to be honest. Did you see that the girl who Tristan got pregnant and has like been putting up all these Instagram stories, and she put up a story that Drake and Kylie had sex last year?
I think I saw that. I saw a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but see, I don't know which of her accounts is real.
And then I also saw a Cash App link in her bio.
Yeah, so that always makes me think like it's a fake person pretending to be this person.
You think? But then she was also talking about like Doja Cat's birthday party, and then had messages from Tristan saying, "Don't bring Doja into this."
Yeah. I forgot about that.
And her page didn't have, you know, the stock photo of the newborn.
Right.
It had a sonogram picture. And I was looking at it like this is the real girl with a Cash App link in her bio.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't the real girl, it's a very creative, like, she's like using a lot of details, using a lot of color.
Yeah. And also, if Drake and Kylie did have sex last year. How cute.
How cute.
Not cute if Drake also had sex with Kim.
Also, then people are like, well, if it was last year and she's pregnant.
Oh, like, God. Yeah. Get out of here.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's the father.
No, I don't think so either.
But, like, I totally ship. Like, Drake joining the Kardashians, that would be so fabulous.
Yeah. I ship completely. But, and I do, for some reason, I don't know why, I just thought that was her page.
Yeah, no, because it's being shared a lot. Like, it's just being kind of accepted as valid.
As gospel, and I'm not here for it.
Yeah.
I'm not here for what she's putting out. Are you ready for the 5th and final story? No, but you're going to get ready.
Thank you, Jackie. I couldn't have said it better myself. It's the final story. It's Aunt Sue in the library with a book for LC and a bib. Flat note, totally flat.
Yeah.
You know what I was actually realizing yesterday? I don't think the key we're singing Final Countdown in is really my best key.
Well, you lead it off, so if we're not in your key, then that's your fault.
I'm really not talented enough to like know how to change a key.
Okay, so you're singing right now at...
It's the final story.
Okay, so...
No, that's not what I was doing, sorry. What I was doing was, you know, I'll have to work out this arrangement out with like my producer. Like, I'll figure it out.
Okay, look in the mirror and figure it out. Our 5th and final story is a little Sex and the City reboot news, and just like that, I can't believe that's the name.
The name kills me. I'm actually looking forward to watching this. Like, I am going to watch it.
You're going to watch. Did you watch a trailer?
Yeah, I thought it was cute. Like, I'm excited like to see what they do. But I cannot.
Why isn't it called Sex and the City?
Okay, and if they're thinking about going for something else, why aren't they going for like I couldn't help but wonder, like, and just like that? Like, I can't even say it without cringing.
And all I can think is, and just like that. Oh, and I love that song, and I hate this.
No, but also I don't really hear and just like that. and think of Carrie Bradshaw. That's really not one of her signature lines. Her signature line is I couldn't help but wonder.
Yeah. No, but why can't it just be Sex and the City?
Right, it's on HBO, like they own the rights.
But I think they do, like, this isn't season 15.
7,
You
yeah.
know, like, it's, so, okay, they want it to be a separate show, but, like, there are so many ways that they could have done that without this annoying title.
Like After the Sex or something.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I thought the trailer was not it, but I'm glad that you thought it was good. Anyways, here's the headline.
Okay.
And just like that, filmed...
Oh, I can't get past it.
Sex and the City reboot filmed fake scenes to throw off fan spoilers. That's kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Kristen Davis and Cynthia Nixon have revealed that they filmed fake scenes of the highly anticipated Sex and the City spinoff, and just like that, in order to confuse lovers of the iconic TV show. The actresses made the admission during a sit-down interview just 2 days before the premiere, which is on Thursday. Filming of the series has taken place in New York City over the past 5 months, with fans trying to deduce spoilers from paparazzi photos taken during production. But they now reveal that some scenes won't actually make the final cut because they were intended to dupe, which is so
it's such
crazy.
a waste of time and resources, but sure.
100%.
I guess HBO Max is just shitting money now to like make fake scenes. But it's true, like I've seen so much stuff on like Dumois and all these accounts. Like you really, I guess back in the day, like when Gossip Girl and Sex and the City used to film in New York, like social media wasn't really as like prevalent and wasn't so fast. Like you could get away with like shooting something on the corner and like a couple people seeing it and not becoming headline news. So I guess this is like a creative way of doing it. But like, okay, film on a soundstage. Like, what?
Yeah, but no, but they need all these like New York locations.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's definitely an excessive use of time. Imagine like being one of the actors and having to film this scene that you know is just
trashed
in the bin.
So I was actually talking about it with my friends last night. We went to dinner, and I think that Miranda is probably going to be a lesbian because, like, in the trailer, it like looked like she was like. I got that vibe from it, and my friends were also saying that they got that vibe too. And Cynthia Nixon like is so proud and out in real life. I feel like she would want to bring that to her character. That's just one of my calls. Like I think that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like I think her and Steve are co-parenting while she explores her sexuality.
Interesting. And in the trailer, Big is there.
Right. Yeah.
And they're together.
Yeah.
And Aiden was he in it?
Was he? I didn't see him.
I don't know, but like they said that he was going to be in it.
I just like can't stand Carrie and her. Like I'm really tuning in for. I love Eat, Sleep, and Breathe, and like love Miranda and Charlotte, and obviously Samantha, like who makes the show, and the show will ultimately be a failure without her. So I'm so uninterested in what's going on in Carrie's life. Like I will be fast forwarding through her scenes.
Yeah. So for me, I did not find the trailer to like be something that I felt like I needed to watch. So I'm not going to say I'm not going to watch it, but if everyone says, "Oh my God, this is amazing, you have to watch it," then I will. And if it's like mum's the word, then yeah, I'm not watching. It's
just for me. I think the fatal flaw of the show was always Carrie and was always like her dumb decisions. And but at the same time, it was like, oh, she was like a young girl in New York. I don't think she could pull this shit at 60, Carrie. So I think she better have gotten her shit together and stopped making moronic decisions because I just don't think that's going to cut it for the viewers as a 6-year-old woman frolicking around New York in a stupid hat, like throwing your life away.
Yeah, you'll let me know.
I will. I'm actually looking forward to it.
Oh, okay. Well, it drops tomorrow.
Sex and the City is one of like my comfort shows, like Friends. Like
I feel that.
So it's exciting.
Excitement excites you. You know what I did watch last night?
What?
I watched it. I finished it, I think. Jonas Brothers Family Roast.
Oh, what did you think?
And I didn't despise it as much as you did.
We're officially moving into the TV recap segment. Those were the Fast 5 stories.
Oh, yeah, no, but it was just, like, I don't know that I'm going to recap it because you already did, but I just wanted to say I did not despise it as much as you did. Like, there were some really funny moments, some interesting dynamics at play. Would have loved to see the camera on Priyanka's face when they made that Meghan Markle joke, but she was nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
Even though Priyanka, like, was literally peeing in her pants. I've never seen anyone laugh harder, more.
Totally.
Throughout the entire special.
At herself, too. Like,
no, at literally everything. Like, she must be such a fun person to be around because she just laughs at everything.
Yeah.
Same with Kevin Jonas.
Yes.
No one can take a joke like Kevin. And also, like, Kevin, it's like he really got the brunt of all the jokes. And they were a little too repetitive. Like,
everyone had a trope. Like,
yeah.
Kevin was like, who? And Nick was like, broke up the band. Joe's solo career.
Yeah. And then also, like, everyone making fun of Jonas Brothers music was like.
Yeah.
And so I would have liked a little more,
creativity.
Under the surface jokes. But there were some laughs there. I thought Pete Davidson was hysterical.
Me too. He was the best part.
When he came out as Frankie Jonas, I was crying. That was hysterical. That he lives off of his Christmas and birthday presents.
He was the best part of it, no doubt. I thought and actually the more I ruminated on the roast, the more terrible I thought it was. Like, I thought it was such a waste of time and energy and money.
It was just like a little random. I skipped all the packages because you said such bad things about them.
Okay, so you only watched like 30 minutes.
I only watched the roast things. Yeah. Did Danielle Jonas really lose her voice? That's why she didn't do it?
No, I think that like she is not a celebrity. Like, she's a mom and she's a former hairdresser. She's a jewelry designer. She can't speak in front of hundreds of people. Most normal people can't.
Yeah.
So I think that like she wanted to be involved, but like was not. And also, most normal people like would not want to get up in front of a televised room of a couple hundred people, let alone do stand up. That's like the hardest thing you can do.
Yeah.
So I just think like she wanted to be involved for sure, but like not in that way.
Okay, that was fine. And there were some really funny jokes in hers.
Yeah.
Like, most like the rest of our world, our daughters didn't know you were famous.
Funny.
And it was just interesting to see all the like relationship dynamics at play, like especially between like Nick and Priyanka. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize that they're age different. Like maybe when they first started dating, we talked about it. But now I'm like, I know she's older than him, but like I didn't realize 10 years.
Yeah, me neither. Actually, something I never even thought about.
Yeah, and then like Sophie and Joe, but they're all, I don't know, it was just like, it was a little crazy.
I hated it, and I love the Jonas Brothers.
I didn't hate it. I was like, I found myself smiling at times. I had a few laughs out loud, and also I didn't know who Jack Whitehall was.
Me neither, but he was hysterical.
Yeah, he was really good. I guess he's a big comedian in the UK, and then I googled him. He used to date Gemma Chan.
Oh, wow. That is interesting.
Yeah, I ship, but now they're broken up. So.
Before we talk about Vanderpump Rules, I did also last night start the Sex Lives of College Girls, which is like a new Mindy Kaling show on HBO Max that like, people are loving. And I think I'm like 2 or 3 episodes in. It's like cute. I definitely feel like a little old to be watching it. I can't explain it. But it's cute.
It's possible that you are.
Yeah, no, but it's cute. And like I really don't think I'm emotionally ready to like start aging out of things, so I'm forcing myself to like it.
Okay. Whatever.
It's really good.
Whatever you need to do.
But let's talk about Pump Rules, which was on last night, which is brought to you by Curology. Curology customizes a prescription formula with 3 active ingredients picked for you to help tackle your skincare needs, whether that may be trying to take control of acne or fine lines, dark spots, occasional breakouts. You start by answering questions online with Curology about your skin, and if it's a good fit, Curology will match you with a licensed dermatology provider who will get to know your skin, and subject to consultation, you'll get a customized prescription cream to be shipped straight to your door to address the fine lines, acne, dark spots, and more. So the Curology philosophy is actually really pretty genius when you think about it. Like, we all have such different skin. We have different problems, combination, oil, dry, and we really shouldn't all be using the same products. And Curology's custom making your skincare routine for you. The online consultation is actually very in-depth. You send tons of pictures of your face, all these different questions about your skin type, what problems you're trying to address, and Curology really custom makes an entire routine for you that is different than anyone else's, because your skin is different than anyone else's.
It's not like other girls.
You can start your Curology journey just like we did with a free 30-day trial at Curology.com/toast. If prescribed, just pay $5 for shipping and handling. That's Curology.com/toast to unlock your free 30-day trial. Cancel anytime. So if you've been like really just like done with your skin and ready to take control of it, check out Curology. It works.
Great. Vanderpump Rules.
Woof. Okay. I mean, I think let's start with all the scenes I fast forwarded. The photo shoot with the feet, the screaming therapy with Sandoval.
I fast forwarded that.
I actually didn't fast forward the ice baths because I was just like curious about.
No, and it was so early on that like it just like they sucked me in somehow, and
it looked miserable.
Yeah, no, but I was impressed by all of them that they just got in and did it. I want to talk about the feet thing because I had so much respect for Lala for being like, no, absolutely not. But I also had respect for Katie for like trying to participate, and she's so
much more mature than these girls.
Yeah, this is not like, all of her friends are off the show. Like, these girls are not her people, but she really like tried to ingratiate herself with the new generation. She hired the photographer. She had them at her house. Like,
that's true.
she was really trying, so I thought that was really sweet. So I respected the people who didn't do it, and I respected the people who did.
Yeah, also, I guess the only person I don't have respect for is the person whose idea it was, Charlie, because it's a moronic idea.
Moronic. I was so glad to see throughout the episode that the pics did not sell. Yeah. I think that by the end, like, one of Ariana's did.
Right,
but
that was it.
This is obviously, like, not going to cover the bill.
$30,000, no.
One of the dumbest
premises
of television airtime I've ever seen.
I agree. What I did think was interesting was this whole Charlie, Sheena, and Brock's friend thing, because I, like, really kind of felt both of them. Like, yes, that guy was really inappropriate with Charlie, and that's, like, Sheena's boyfriend's friend. Like, Sheena should have said something. But also, Charlie's boyfriend was right behind her, and Sheena was like, Sheena did get caught in a lie saying, I didn't see it, but then it was like, oh, your boyfriend was behind you, so you did see it? But also, like, her boyfriend had it handled. Like, it wasn't getting out of control. And what the hell is Sheena gonna do? She's, like, 2 months postpartum. Who is she gonna fight off, you know?
Yeah. No, Charlie, like, handled it. I guess she just, like, wanted some backup support from Sheena, which she didn't get. And it's interesting to see, like, the collapse of, like, the Sheena dictatorship among her minion friends.
Yeah, the young girls.
Ariana was on Watch What Happens Live, and she's like, I've never felt Sheena's a dictator, but that's not the kind of friendship that we have. But
right.
That's because it's a different dynamic.
Because you're equals.
But Sheena, like, does recruit these girls, and, like, she's helping them, like, come into the fold, but she requires, like, unwavering loyalty in return.
Like, that Danica stuff was wild.
Right, and then watching Charlie and Raquel, like, put together that, like, Sheena's not really a good friend to them, it's like, hate to see it.
But you know what I also love? Like, postpartum Sheena doesn't give a fuck. Like, I think before her kid, like, every time someone would have a problem with her, she was, like, really invested in it. Like, every time someone would pull her for a chat, she would, like, give it her whole... That conversation with Charlie, she was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because, no, because Charlie, like, literally read her to filth.
Yeah, but I also think Sheena doesn't give a fuck. Like...
No, she was just completely called out, and there was no route to take other than, I'm sorry, just like last week when Katie and Lala called her out for, like, running to Tom Sandoval and telling... him what they said about him, and, like, she just keeps backing herself into these corners. It's not that she doesn't give a fuck, it's she has nowhere else to turn.
Yeah.
Also, when she was at the table and everyone was ganging up on her, and she was like, I left my kid for this, like, I just want to go home to my baby. It's like, so now you know how Lala has been feeling all season.
Literally. Also, can we talk about this whole photo shoot James Brock thing?
Yes, please.
Okay, because, yes, I do think James being annoying, like, you help out a friend, but I don't know, I do think that Brock is, like, taking advantage of everyone here.
Yep.
Like,
I agree.
They're all celebrities. They all have huge Instagram followings. And yes, they're all friends. But, like, if this was just a random fitness app who wanted to, like, use them for a photo shoot, their name and likeness, like, they might have been getting paid, like, maybe, like, 50 to 100 grand for this. Like, it's not nothing. So
no, that's extreme. Say it was just an Instagram post, like, at least.
Oh, just an Instagram post?
Yeah, like. He was, on the one hand, I think Brock asks them to, like, post stuff all the time, like text them stuff. And that's stuff that would at least charge, like, $3,000 depending on the person.
Yeah.
And also he wants them
that was
like,
interesting when James said, like, you're always sending us stuff to post.
No, and that just gave me, like, a window into Brock that is, like, a major red flag. Especially because, like, he has Sheena. Sheena's his partner. Sheena will support him. But to, like, use all of your connections in that way when you haven't even launched anything yet. So, like, what's going to happen when you do have some shit that they need to promote?
Yeah,
like,
no, that was a very telling thing. And I do think, like, on the surface, yeah, it sounds like James is being annoying. But you know what? It sounds like fucking Brock's being annoying and taking advantage of everyone in this group whom he just met and to launch all these random businesses.
I agree. For everyone on the show, when they're not filming the show, like, Instagram is their job. Mm-hmm. And you are asking these people over, not just once. It seems to be, like, over and over again.
friends, if any of my friends ever ask, like, I'm launching, of course, like, but if it's, like, nonstop, I'm like, girl.
No, and also, it's different to, like, hey, can you come to my launch party and support me?
Yeah.
That's different than, can you come be a model,
post this link,
be the face of this brand, and also post about it. Like, that's something that, like, for these people, like, they get their agents involved.
Right, they get paid.
Right, so I'm not surprised that someone said something. I'm surprised that it was James.
Me too. I thought it maybe would have been like Lala. Like, someone.
It could have been anyone.
Or, anyone. Because, you know, when you think about it, like, they're all huge on social. They all monetize their Instagram. And this is bullshit. Like,
yeah, and also, it's like, I don't know what his businesses say. It's like a fitness app. Like, then it's like a non-compete with the next that's a brand that they can't work with in the future. Like, this is their career. And so I didn't think James was being egomaniac at all.
Me neither.
I thought that, you know, Brock was asking for a lot of free services.
Right. And apparently this is not the first time.
Yeah.
Which was just very interesting to learn. But you know what? I was also thinking, like, Brock is as much as I like literally can't stand him, he's like becoming one of the main characters of the season. Like he will grow a huge Instagram. Like he has made himself known, and if the show continues, like he will no doubt be asked back. Like
I want to see how many followers he has right now. I don't know if 101.
Okay, not bad.
Not bad.
So I just think like he's definitely understanding the opportunity he's been given to be on this show and like the implications it could have for him and his business and whatever.
I think he's putting the cart before the horse.
I think when Sheena said he has a kid to take care of and Lala was like, actually he has 3, I lost my mind. Like,
yeah.
Did you forget? Sheena?
No, I literally lost my mind.
That picnic was like so stupid and so funny, and like everyone was like Ms. Like them all showing up just like in fairy princess dresses, like they're like 35 years old, like sitting in a park in a poofy dress. Like I just know Katie Maloney felt stupid because like it was stupid.
Yeah.
And that's where it's like, you know, Raquel and Katie being on the same show, Raquel and Lala, like how Lala has a child, like it just, that's where the show doesn't make sense sometimes.
No, it was all so stupid. Katie's really doing her best to be a team player.
I have so much respect for Katie.
Yeah, no, I was thinking of her.
And like, I actually really like her friendship with Ariana because I actually do think they're both way smarter than their partners and they know it. But this Sandoval stuff is like so out of control. And thankfully he was like not in this episode that much. Like that's what made it somewhat tolerable. But of course he will come back.
No, even like
the previews.
He barely, no. He like wasn't majorly in it, but he still found ways to annoy me. For example, when he showed up to pickleball and he was like, oh damn, I should have worn Ariana's cheerleading uniform. It's like, no, if he thought of that before he left the house, like he would have shown up in Ariana's cheerleading uniform. Then when like later in the thing, I think that maybe it was during the national anthem.
Yes, oh, I know what you're gonna say.
Tom was like, extra, I love it.
Yes, Jackie, I noticed that too. Oh, this is so extra, man, I love it.
And then
like he's the only one who's ever allowed to do something slightly over the top.
And then Tom and Ariana were on Watch What Happens Live. Mm-hmm. And Ariana was like so great.
She gets cuter and cuter every episode.
Tom just like when he's asked a question, just like it's a bunch of words strung together. He doesn't ever finish his sentence and he doesn't say anything.
He should work in marketing.
It's just like a word salad.
Ugh,
that's what it's called.
I don't know how she deals with him.
No, he shouldn't work in marketing. He's not convincing me of anything.
No, I know, but like he should work in corporate, like buzzwords.
It wasn't even buzzwords, honestly. It was a lot of like, like just, what are you trying to say? Spit it out.
Yeah. Oh my God. He's so infuriating. And honestly, the previews for next week where he like basically tells Tom Schwartz that they need to take a break because Tom Schwartz, for the first time in his life, in the most sad way ever, like tries to defend his wife. Like I cannot stand Tom Sandoval. And I'm like annoyed that all this stuff is happening off air with like James and Raquel and Lala and Randall because the reunion is obviously going to be focused on that when I need like a full sit down. Like we need an intervention with Tom Sandoval.
We do. And I have to be honest, I think Jax leaving the show was the worst thing that ever happened to Tom Sandoval because it really put a spotlight. Because he was always going toe to toe with, they were always like, you know, getting under each other's, getting on each other's nerves. And Jax is like the villain, so Jax was always in the wrong. But it really, him leaving has shown a spotlight on how insufferable Tom Sandoval is.
Oh my God, but when Charlie was like, well, you're friends with Jax who said horrible things about me. Oh my God, like way to pull this reference out of your ass. I loved it. Like
No, Charlie like came with answers. That's what I'm saying. That's why Sheena had nothing to say other than, I'm sorry, you're right.
Yeah. Actually, I had a lot of respect for Charlie this episode.
Yeah. She like goes up and down between being like super strong in like the way that she talks to people, like when she came for Lala out of nowhere, and also just being like a quiet friend.
Yeah, I think she like just climbs these random hills and like wants to die on them. And sometimes I'm like, what are you talking about? Like how her whole storyline was about like a dinner. I was like, okay, why are we here? But then she like went super hard on Sheena. I just think she chooses the wrong things to like make herself about, you know?
Yes, I think sometimes she chooses the wrong things, but when she chooses the right things and she puts the right energy forth, she makes a concise, clear argument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like a dumb episode full of lots of filler, but it was fine. Mostly because Tom Sandoval was like completely gone.
Yeah, and I considering I love Rala and I love pickleball, I did not mind the pickleball tournament.
Yeah, and when that guy sang, I was like dying. That was so funny, and he was really good.
He was really good, and that just seems like a fun way to spend an afternoon.
Totally.
But maybe I'm biased.
So tonight, what's on tonight?
OC?
Oh yeah, okay. OC's on tonight. We will recap that tomorrow, and that's our show.
that is our show.
Thank you guys so much for listening to The Morning Toast, the Millennial Morning Show, where we deliver the fast 5 stories that you need to know every Monday through Friday on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as a podcast anywhere podcasts can be found. So it's Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iHeartRadio, CastBox, all the places where you listen to podcasts. Find us Morning Toast, leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, stunning, and smart we are. If you made it to the end of this episode, congratulations, you are a true toaster who has respect for us. And if you want to let us know that you made it to the end of the episode, why don't you go drop an emoji on our most recent Instagram of the basketball in honor of Adam Sandler and his gorgeous shorts. Yes. Love you.
Bye. Bye.